gosh, it's just a lot of stone. It's just a lot of stone. It's 1 to 10, but still, it's like, eh. And then, do I have... Okay, I have that for tailings to do into Nexelit, but the dust itself, I do have the ability to do ores out of it, but I don't need the ores out of it, or the dust, or... That's a proposition for a small amount of chromium. But no. But no. So while I could process the tailings dust, I'm not going to. And then the coarse fraction. This stuff can be converted to gravel. And more stone. And guaranteed iron oxides. What can I do with the gravel currently? Not much outside of doing like sand into rich dust into sand casting and into stuff. I could do sand castings, actually. Now I'm thinking about it, I could use that for some sand for sand castings. Um Otherwise, yeah, it's just nah. Nah. Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff that I'd rather not do. I'll burn both of these and take the tar and use it for some creosote and aromatics and coal gas. Yeah, consistent coal gas, because that's our issue, is that these are not consistent sources of either coal gas or tar. Generally speaking, you have to make sure that you're constantly using the coke. I have to make sure that I use at least 4 per second on coke for it to not be perpetually backed up to even get 26.67 of coal gas. So anyway, I need more burners. That's step one. More burners are required, and I need the stone brought over. I know I'm not using the sand castings at the moment, but I will at some point once I do processing. Ore processing. Better ore processing. Loader it up. Water. This is all going to be killed via stuff anyway. Burner. So, burner line. What do you mean by stack the stone? Don't know what you're referring to. Oh right, I'm totally forgetting something. Something rather important. Yeah, that. I need to do that at the other location. And the bit rate's dropped. Excellent. 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 So yeah, over here, there's a rather important part to make sure that it doesn't stop. Yeah, because this produces ash. So you need to make sure that it loads the ash back into itself to finish the stuff. Anyway, that's that. So my point that I was going to make about using stone for tar. You also need stone for saline water to make the sodium hydroxide for the circuits. You also need sodium hydroxide to make the uh blah blah blah, yes, the fiberboard for the circuits. You need fiberboard for circuits, and yeah, that is where aluminium comes in, because aluminium is needed directly for the the things, the electrolyzers, right there. 30 aluminium plates used for electrolyzers. So that's a thing. This only, like, burns 2-ish, 3-ish items per second, so yeah, about that. We need more. Yep, more. And more again. It's like 2.5 stuff. Yes, right! Right, yeah. Aluminium is needed for the electrolyzers, for the sodium hydroxide by splitting saline water. That's what you need to do, is you need to electrolyze saline water to get the sodium hydroxide initially. And you have to figure out what you want to do with the chlorine early on. But yeah, you need the stuffs. You need stuffs and things. Yeah, I forgot about the saline water. I forget about the saline water because it's only relevant in the early game. It's only actually relevant very early on. Well, I am, I think. Did I finish connecting this? I did, so we have aluminium and duralumin. I just need to, like, shove it into a box. I guess I should go do that. I am using my coal gas. It was easy to miss because I had already run the coal gas pipe down the bus off screen. That was something that I did. I already had a coal gas and a tar pipe set up on the main bus, so bringing that over was quick. All I had to do was just remove the gas vent. I will be venting the chlorine as well when we do that initial splitting of saline water for sodium hydroxide. That is a process that's only really good at the start of things, not so much later on. Yeah, you know, it'd be nice if this would actually get the coal gas. I guess it's just because the vents here. It's not even getting to the vent, by the way. I'm using all of the coal gas that's produced to make aluminium. It's just all going into aluminium right now. Oh, hey, we're getting some titanium. We're getting some titanium, folks, now that the lead's backed up. The titanium's gonna go now. That's good. Yeah, you are gonna do that. I didn't put a spot for duralumin on my bus. I don't have a spot for duralumin on my bus. I have a spot for aluminium, I have a spot for titanium, I have a spot for lead. I don't have a spot for duralumin yet, so I need to, like, write that out. Where will duralumin live? No, I was missing something or other. Yeah. You. Oh. Well, I guess that's fine. Dura. That tells me enough. Yes, Ave, what's happening is that you're saying it, I speak my response the moment you say what you say in the chat, but it takes a minute for the stream to catch up. Alright. Power. Power would be lovely. As would fuel. Fuel would be very lovely. Now, this is one of those prime opportunities to make sure that I'm constantly using coke. Oops. Let's see. There we go. There's that. Always have to be able to visualize where you are on the bus at all times as you go along. Note the occasional hitching. I don't know what causes the occasional hitch here. I mean, this is really nice having 60 frames per second compared to the previous space where we ended off at like 27 frames / UPS. Okay. Tailings. Do I want to go ahead and do the evaporators and get like a little bit of Nexelit? I think so. I think so. So I am going to do this evaporator. Oddly enough, this process would allow me to make a gas refinery that I could use to process natural gas into syngas that I can use to mine chromium, that I can use to make tar extractors that I could use to extract tar to make into coal gas for my aluminium, etc., 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 etc. So, yeah. Plans and schemes. Schemes and plans. But the tar is here. The tar is here. Not here. Here. Do eat! If I had tar, but I don't have tar nearby, within a reasonable distance to run a pipe. That's the caveat. It's like, within reasonable distance to run a pipe, I don't have tar. In fact, I have a map that I can briefly look at here that is this map. It's just, it's got everything. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking at right now for that tar. I don't think there's any tar that's closer, is my point. I do not think that there's any closer tar than that. Actually, I take that back. There's tar right here. Right here, there's tar. As well. But, again, technically closer? Yeah, technically closer. Would I be willing to run power all the way down there, and then a pipe all the way back up? That's a bigger distance than the initial tar. And I have stone. I've got this stone patch right here. I could add two more-ish sets of 30 mining drills on it. And I've got stone here. I've got a 3 gig stone here within, I would consider that belt distance. And I could do stone, like mining for tar and all that stuff, but I want my mined tar, man. I want my mined. I want it mined. Here? Yeah, that's fine. Alright, do your thing. Alright, I need to, like, actually use this tar now. Hey, hey, it's tar. Congrats, it's tar. Oh, I have not run the pipe all the way down this far quite yet. There we go. That spacing should be fine. Across the board. Alright, there's tar. Hallelujah. It's tar. More tar, up to 15 per second of stone, which is not going to be 250. 175-ish. That'll feed you, which is going to give me stuff that I'm going to have to split. Oh, joy, and that's the other thing. Okay. So, remember when I said I need more? Just, you know, just more? Yeah, these. More of these. It's burners. I need more burners. Yeah, more burners. Thank you kindly. Really? Alright, I guess I need to go get more titanium. Come on, build the stuff. I will pipe all that distance. Like, did you not see Off the Rails? And how I built the Off the Rails base in the early game? What I did for tar in the early game? What I did for copper relatively early on? I went out and I outposted copper and built a belt all the way back. The Off the Rails base had tendrils going for miles, kilometers, whatever. The distances were rather huge in the Off the Rails base. But that's not the idea here. I want to use rails, but there are some things that are going to be required that are going to need to be done through outposts without rails. That's just what's going to be needed, required going forward. I will have to do something or other to get an initial source of tar that is more consistent than using stone. Because think of it this way, each of the tar extractors, right, is 100 units of tar per second. Or per tick. Per cycle, I should say, to be incredibly specific. It's per cycle. 100 units. Because of the density of the stuff that I have. The patch density is high enough that it's maximizing its maximum at 100. Really? One whole thingy, or two whole thingies, I guess. Ooh, I need to pick up more of my stuffs. What is the cause of that? We are fully backed up there, so that's just the full output of... Yeah, that's just the full output of that many. Alright, well, sure, go. More. M-O-A-R, more. And I think I have the acetylene for that as well. So yeah, this will actually help, because if I can get the Nexelit for the gas refinery, which I have now, officially, I will have the Nexelit for the gas refinery, I can make syngas in a different way than I used to. Just for reference here, like, each mining drill is only 1 acetylene per second that it uses for titanium. That's the fortunate part of acetylene, is that you don't use a lot of it mining for titanium. You use a lot of it when mining for lead, which, lead is what we need to make rails. So that's the sad part there. Yeah. So it gives me another way of getting syngas that is a bit more flexible. That's easier than doing it through converting coal gas to syngas. That was one of the points, I think, where there was delay in the early game on the off-the-rails playthrough, was just the sheer amount of tar that I was using to make coal gas that was also being used to make syngas, and I was perpetually bottlenecked on both coal gas and syngas, because I was making syngas from coal gas directly. And I was like, how am I gonna get more coal gas? Always more and more coal gas. But, yeah, I've pretty much decided how I want the, coal gas. I can do this, but my plans at scale involve a lot of botanical nurseries. I am going to try to avoid the mushroom plantations, the gigantic mushroom plantations on this playthrough, just to toss that idea out there. I will be attempting to avoid the gigantic mushroom plantations. And instead they will be, tree farms. They will be tree plantations, not the other stuff. Alright. That is that. Now, what I need... Oh, are you actually enough now? Oh no, I think it's that the thing isn't moving anymore. Yeah, I think it's that it's backed up on tar now. That needs to be fixed. Yeah. Now I can make sure that we are using our tar, which is through this. Once I connect the tar. Oops, that was off. That's also off. And tar. Yes, the reason why I want to do the wood-based this time is because this wood into coal and coal gas and tar and iron plates is 1-to-1, which is just amazing. It's 1-to-1. The Falgi is like 5-to-4. Falgi is 5-to-4, I think. It's not quite. It's not 1-to-1. It's a lot less than 1-to-1. Let's get that. And yeah, that'll give aromatics. We're not doing anything with that stuff yet, but we will be quite soon. Speaking of which, I can now make an electrolyzer, which is very important. Actually, I think I want all of them. Am I, like, basically ready to move on? I think so. Let's put you down to do... Oh, I can do clean Nexelit. Ooh. Ooh, I can do clean. Yeah, washer. Hey, buddy, you. You are needed to do that. Yeah. Yeah, the Falgi, you only get the coal. So the mushrooms can... The wood can go further because it's not just giving you a 1-to-1 for coal, it's giving you extra tar and coal gas along the way. Which, if your goal is to maximize tar production from wood as the source, you have tar coming from the wood to coal step and the coal to coke step and the coke to ash step, rather than just the coal to coke and coke to ash from using mushrooms for the coal. Yeah, let's just have a little bit of a gap there. Do that, do that, do tailings dust. Out that way, sure. I need to get it to, meet up here somehow. That'll be that, and then input. Ahem, go. And he's offline. I'm not offline. Am I offline? No, I'm totally not offline. No, I'm not. I am fine. That was probably just from delay and all that. That's probably just the delay finally saying, "Hey, that's not supposed to be." Go out there, sure. Alright, I need a regenerative heat exchanger. And I need some more stone bricks, I guess? Nah, we'll be fine. Oh, actually, it looks like I did actually get kicked offline briefly. Because now the dropped frame counter resets, so I guess it did. Hello, Jessa. Yeah, 3 minutes ago, stream disconnected and reconnected. Yeah, I see it. I see it. It did disconnect, reconnect. Hopefully that fixed things, because at this point in time, I now have, for the last 3 minutes, no dropped frames. And we seem rather steady at the, actually just above what I have set for the bitrate for the day today, which was 1500. It's at like 1600, 2000, 12, 18. Yeah, no dropped frames. So it looks like we might be better. I'm still expecting there to be some internet instability. It only took 2.5 hours of streaming of a 3-hour stream before the internet finally started to get back to normal. Like, gee, thanks. Thank you, Cox. For reference, I usually stream at 4,000 kilobits per second. So, yeah, that's a difference. It's a little bit of a difference. You, for this recipe, you, not there. You, for that recipe, you, there, for that recipe. Excuse me, there for that recipe. Da, 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 and I don't need much. Yeah. I don't need much hot air here, but I need non-zero amounts of hot air. Anyway, where's the stuff? Stuff? There we go. There we go. Alright, power the things. Get that going, and insert. And Nexelit. Nexelit pre-green science. I can't believe I've done Nexelit pre-green science. I don't. Why did I do this? Why again?